Today I want to talk about this one, but applying to the workplace. So it says sometimes the best way to deal with a toxic situation is to let it starve. No response, no action, no reaction, no altercations. Just don't feed it. That's where the true power lies. So this one has actually also been a lesson that I have learned in the marketplace. So I've seen that people who actually give fear, they are usually fearful, or they have demons of fear that want to feed off other people's fear. So for an example, I used to come across a person. Every time I saw that person, they would tell me everything, every purple that hit the fan while I was sleeping, or in my absence. They'll say, we've got a problem, we've got a situation, this and this and this and that happened, this and this and this happened. And then I would find myself fearful and stressed, and I think they would see the fear actually in my face and in my eyes. So it started to seem like a habit, like every time that I see them. Did you see the email that I sent this morning? I'm like, what time? Say around 2 a.m. Like, no, I was sleeping at the time. And then they would throw a gasket, making me afraid, terrorizing me, saying that you work in a 24-hour operation. How can you not know what's going on? How can you not do this? And I was constantly fearful, until I learned that fearful people make others fearful. So then I learned a new trick that I applied recently with this particular individual. So when I met them, they said, we've got issues first. Then they start wanting to terrify me. And I just prayed that I must not give in to fear. I must not feed the spirits that are operating in this person. So in essence, you can't give what you don't have. So you can't make people afraid. In other words, you're giving them fear if you yourself are not a fearful person. And this toxic trait, I've actually observed it more in places where there are massive restructuring, retrenchments going on. You'd find that the people that you deal with, most of them, they are fearful, and whenever you interact with them, they give off fear. They try to make you afraid. And I would observe these kind of people, because let's say maybe when you call somebody to HR, usually people, they get anxious if they don't know what the meeting is about. And I would find that these people that are operating from that fearful stance, or that have demons of fear ruling them, instead of making the person coming to HR feel at ease, maybe they might terrorize that person, but not even intentionally. Before I was rudely interrupted. So they would terrorize people, but not like directly so. So maybe let's say somebody comes in, and then they would just throw a hint here and there, sometimes as a jest, to sort of like make the person even more unsettled and more fearful. But not that I'm perfect, but, or maybe not, let me not even say let me say maybe the ideal thing to do then is to put a person at ease, saying, no, you didn't do anything wrong, we just need to explain some changes to you. So yeah. And also the angry ones also, they give off anger, and then they incite anger in the people that they're dealing with, meaning that the spirits that are in them want to be fed, or they feed off other people's angers. Just like people who are fearful, there are spirits that are in them, or the demons that are in them, they want to feed off other people's fears. So they'll constantly make people feel fearful in the way that they do their job, feel fearful in the way that they've concluded their job. So yeah, let me know what you think.